Hey guys, what's up? This is Matt here on Just for Fun. I got like a personal favorite here, which is Tribal Innistrad Humans. Now, this deck was actually a standard deck at some point during Innistrad Standard. Not exactly this configuration, obviously, but for a short time, this was a thing you could do. So, when going through the tribes, obviously I came to humans, and there were just too many choices. Even in just green white, there were like 350 cards. I was like, no, I'm not going through all of that to narrow it down to the best ones. It would probably just end up looking like hate bears anyway. So, in order to do something different, I restricted myself to creatures from Innistrad block. So we've got Champion of the Parish in the 1-drop slot. Human, also a soldier, so if I was going to build the soldiers deck, definitely a 1-drop I would look into. Gets vigor throughout the game, just a powerful, awesome 1-drop. One of Fun of Doom Traveler, this is a pretty solid card. Wolfbite Captive, which is like a very aggressive 1-drop. It's a good mana sink. It works well with Vial. Vial it in, have 2 mana open, pump and flip it by not playing a spell. Obviously, we've got the Vials and the Collected Companies and the Mutavaults and the Gavany Townships, as in all of these green-white tribal decks. I went with basically 0 interaction, which is dumb, and you'll see that I have a hard time in a lot of the games, and in some of the matches you didn't see, I had to just scoop to basic things because I am playing no interaction, and my only way to win is to just beat down, and I can't really deal with anything. So if you were going to build this and try to make it competitive, obviously you could cut a lot of these creatures and put more interaction in. Cloistered Youth is a card that I always, let's say, had a soft spot for. I thought it was a really powerful card. Basically it's a 2-mana 3/3 for white and colorless. The drawback is you lose 1 life, but if you're trying to kill your opponent really fast, it's not really that much of a drawback. And you could always just play it as a 1/1 if you need to. Valia, excellent card in the Hate Bears deck. Excellent card all around, just really good. In our deck we have only 8 non-creature spells, so works pretty well in here. So much to say. Unfortunately, I only have these promo ones, and I think the original one with the original art is a much better art. So Hamlet Captain is sometimes a Grizzly Bears and sometimes he's a Lord. Pretty good card, pretty solid 2-drop. Mayor, which is a Lord on both ends, which is a very interesting card. It's like you kind of want to flip it, but you kind of don't want to flip it, and it's also weird when the wolves trigger, because it's at the beginning of your end step, so it has to live through like a full turn cycle for you to see one of these wolves. And I happen to have one with the promo art too. I kind of like the human art on this one better, and the werewolf art on this one better. Fiend Hunter as 1 interactive creature. Problem with this in Modern is it just, like, you Fiend Hunter their guy, they bolt your Fiend Hunter, you're back to square one. So this is more of a tempo play. It's almost like Flicker Wisp in a way, because it's only really temporarily locking something up. Thraben Doomsayer is a way to make additional human tokens. The Fateful Hour thing, I'm sure it could come up in one way or another, but we're not built around that. So and this works really well with Champion of the Parish and also Champion of Lambhold. This card is really insane. Like, at first glance, this card looks terrible, right? Because it's 3 mana 1/1. it's like, yeah, whenever another creature comes into play, it gets bigger. It's like, alright, well, I guess that's pretty decent. Because, you know, it doesn't matter what type of creature or anything, so any creature is going to make pumps with this. But the first ability is actually the really strong ability. Creatures with power less than its power cannot block any of your creatures. So this, you know, in the right timing, makes your whole board unblockable, so it's pretty powerful. Works really well with Gavany Township, works really well with Mikaeus. Mikaeus, I just, you know, love the flavor of this card. It's a really fun card to play with. You can either make it huge or make your team huge, depending on what, you know, what it happens to be the right thing at the time. Something to keep in mind, if you have a mayor in play, you can, you know, or some other lord type effect, you can cast this, you know, as a 0/0 and it'll live. So something to keep in mind. But I like that you can instant speed, put a counter on everything. Like Gavany Township, it kind of screws up combat math. So all around, it's pretty fun. Although I have to say they end up sitting in my hand, and they don't work well with Vile. So I probably would not play 3 of them. You know, but this is the version I recorded with, so that's why I'm showing you this. You could probably tweak this quite a lot. And there, you know, some of these cards are more competitive than others. So, you know, with the champion, the mayor, and the other champion, you could probably start from, and Thalia, you could probably start from there and get your way toward a competitive deck of some kind. That said, I had a lot of fun with the deck. Mutavault was excellent. I enjoyed playing with it, and I hope you enjoy the videos. Thanks.